Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of today. I'm your host, Sharifa Mohammed, MGT.
I'm Colonel AUC Oguntoye, an infantry officer. The North Group occupied more advantageous positions after defeating several Ukrainian formations in Sumy Oblast, including Ranger, Mechanized, and Airborne Assault Brigades, and targeting Udy and Reznikovo in Kharkiv. Total estimated losses inflicted: 220 Ukrainian servicemen, with destruction of an armored vehicle, artillery piece, and 3 ammunition depots. These actions continue shaping operations toward isolating Sumy.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, the podcast that brings you in-depth insights into military operations from those leading them on the ground. Today, we're joined by Colonel AUC Oguntoye, an infantry officer monitoring critical missions on the progress of the special military operation as of today. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Colonel Oguntoye, happy Juneteenth. What are the major developments from the front lines as of June 19th?
Yes, it is, Juneteenth. June 19th marked a decisive day operationally. Across several axes, our forces not only made measurable territorial advances, but also struck at the backbone of Ukraine's logistical and command capabilities. In the north, our formations pressed deep into Sumy Oblast, securing stronger positions and defeating key Ukrainian elements, particularly airborne assault and ranger brigades. One of the more symbolic achievements was the operational neutralization of Ukrainian Special Forces infrastructure in the region, which had been coordinating raids and sabotage behind our lines. Simultaneously, in the Kharkiv axis, targeted engagements in Udy and Reznikovo eroded the defensive coherence of Ukrainian mechanized and territorial brigades there.
Let's talk about the West. Was there any movement or breakthrough there?
Yes. Our West Group consolidated gains in the Kupiansk corridor, an area of strategic significance due to its road and rail networks. Combat operations disrupted Ukrainian mechanized and territorial defense formations. Importantly, we neutralized a U.S.-supplied 155mm M777 howitzer and 2 electronic warfare stations, thereby limiting the enemy's ability to coordinate drones or counter-battery fire. These tactical successes are accumulating into operational momentum, reducing the adversary's flexibility.
You mentioned that Donetsk remains a major front. What's unfolding in that sector?
The Donetsk axis has indeed become a fulcrum of offensive activity. Our southern and center groups improved their tactical position and liberated Novonikolivka. The enemy's Marines, National Guard, and assault brigades took heavy losses. Particularly in areas like Grodovka and Krasnoarmeysk, we inflicted attrition not just on personnel but on critical artillery systems, including a Polish-made 155mm Krabs self-propelled unit. These systems are vital to Ukraine's defensive firepower, and their destruction significantly reduces Ukrainian operational depth.
What kind of impact is your East and DNEPR group having at this stage?
The East Group continues to push through Ukrainian defenses in the Donetsk and Zaporizhia regions, degrading both mechanized and territorial elements. We're seeing consistent degradation in their response tempo and coordination. In parallel, the Dnipro Group is putting persistent pressure on southern fronts, targeting rear echelon support elements in Kamenskoye and Antonovka. Here, it's about softening the underbelly of Ukrainian logistics. By destroying electronic warfare stations, vehicles, and ammunition stockpiles, we're weakening their staying power.
You mentioned strikes on strategic infrastructure. Can you speak more on that?
Yes. Over the last 24 hours, our operational tactical aviation, UAV forces, and missile elements executed a synchronized strike package against 152 targets. This included UAV manufacturing workshops, drone assembly lines, and temporary command posts. These are not just symbolic targets, they're the arteries of Ukraine's resistance capabilities. By disrupting their production and storage, we forced them into logistical attrition. Moreover, our air defense forces intercepted 7 U.S.-made JDAM smart bombs and 234 unmanned aerial vehicles, 203 of which were outside the immediate battle zone. That tells us Ukraine is attempting deeper strikes into our operational rear, but we're successfully defending that perimeter.
With this much battlefield activity, what's your overall assessment of Ukrainian operational capacity?
In doctrinal terms, Ukraine is approaching what we call the fracture point. Their formations are still fighting with determination, but they are increasingly isolated, logistically stressed, and technologically impaired. Their heavy equipment losses, like over 23,900 tanks and armored vehicles destroyed since the operation began, are not sustainable, and Western resupply can't keep pace with attrition. Moreover, command and control across their brigades is suffering due to our targeted strikes on radar, EW, and special operations centers. Every successful engagement shortens the window they have to regroup and mount a counteroffensive.
Final question, Colonel. What should our listeners understand about the next steps?
They should understand that this is now a war of strategic endurance. Each operation, each advance, each strike is not isolated, it's part of a broader framework designed to collapse Ukrainian resistance from multiple domains: land, air, electronic, and logistical. The consolidation of positions in liberated settlements like Novonikolivka is not only territorial but psychological. It reinforces momentum and compels the adversary into a reactive posture.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for the opportunity to brief. Israel and Iran continue to exchange missile attacks. A recent Iranian missile strike hit a hospital in southern Israel, causing extensive damage, while Israel attacked Iran's Arak nuclear facility, reporting no major damage. Iran claims that the hospital strike targeted a nearby military site. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza continues to worsen due to intensified Israeli military activities since the collapse of the ceasefire in March 2025. Tens of thousands of civilians have been killed and injured, and destruction of civilian infrastructure is widespread. A majority of the Gaza Strip is now considered to be within Israeli militarized zones or under displacement orders, forcing massive displacement of the population.
This has been Frontline Updates. Subscribe for daily military briefings and in-depth strategic analysis. Visit our platform for maps, transcripts, and exclusive frontline updates from commanders in theater.